Song of Conquest, a turn-based adventure strategy game, the debut development of tiny Swedish indie studio Lever Potion, has been released to Steam Early Access. Even at the announcement stage, the project caught the eye of many old fans of the genre, and authors themselves did not hide the sources of inspiration, openly stating that are focused on the classic from the 19th. Here's the Earth of the Heroes of Sword and Magic stickouts. Here's a Tale of the Age of Wonders series is released, and something the creators adopt even from King's Bounty. In short, the novelty at first glance looked like a quite successful compilation of other people's developments, with a number of original innovations, but only the last one raises the most questions. Heroes with experience will immediately feel at home in Song of Conquest. From the Valheim genre catalog, the game is really close to the Homesh and M series, in its classic form, reached from the second to the first path. The main assets at the player's disposal are cities and in fact heroes generals who are called masters. Each turn they clear the fog of war over fantasy lands within their movement points, collect resources, reclaim artifacts, join minions and creatures, dwelling to the kingdom, pumping up their level. Meanwhile, in the cities you build buildings to hire and improve recruits, as well as research technologies that give various useful bonuses and additional abilities. And you can even build your own source of resources. Not enough, save wood for a particularly valuable improvement, immediately build a sawmill. At the moment, 4 different factions with their unique bonuses and armies are available in the game. 7-8 units for each with a possible of single upgrade. In total, you can try out more than 50 different variants. For early access, it's very solid. In the Kingdom of Erlon, the canonical army of humans, including swordsmen, cavalrymen and archers, has formed an alliance with the magical forest folk, horned forest guarding and spirits. They are often opposite the swarms dwellers of Ravana, fighting frogs, shaman lizard and spider riders. The troops of the people of Baria, who rebelled against the empire, are distinguished by their technology advantage. Under their banners they fight musketeers, mechanics and cannoneers. The ruined barony are a lot of represented by classic necromancers with horde of recruits, skeletons, werewolf spirits and other evil. Battles are most reminiscent of King Bounty from Katuri Interactive. Battles take place on the field consisting of hexes. The order of units moves indetermined by the initiative, and most of the soldiers have unique skills and features, from the ability to poison the enemy and attack the area to the imposing the use of useful buffs and debuffs. Warlords, as usual, can support their troops and its magics. In addition, the authors have diversified the combat system with a couple of DRPG genre tricks. Shooters have a limited attack radius, and melee fighters attack anyone who steps on nearly hexes. Because of this, the placement of the units of the battlefields becomes much more important, and tactics are not always limited to the formula run to the enemy archer and don't let the enemy get their shooters. Magic is worth paying special attention to, because it's probably the most original mechanic in the game, and the most problematic. In Song of Conquest, you don't need to build a mage guild and learn spells. The Book of Magic here is shared by all masters and is available to everyone from the very beginning of the game. There are enough useful casts, there are attacking spells and all kind of support magic, a total of 4 dozen spells. The main problem is to accumulate enough mana for the necessary spell, which is called essence here. By default, Magisters have no magical energy at all, and you have to draw it from different sources. They can be building in the city, skill or capture building on the world map, but the most essence are provided by troops. Each turn in the battle control units replenishing with commander's mana counter by a certain number of points. Similar mechanics are often found in collectible card games. Here you run the risk of being held hostage by your chosen faction. As a rule, most of the fighters of each of the opposite side specify in one of 2 types of essence out of 5 possible, which greatly limits the player magic arsenal. After all, you can't hire warriors from other factions, and it's okay. that it will be hard to master the entire spellbook in this case. Some restrictions are definitely needed, because you can cast spells several times per turn, but in content multiplayer battles it will be almost unreal to surprise the enemy with something. He will easily determine your magical potential by the chosen faction. Multiplayers in general still looks at least developed component of Song of Conquest. There is no map generator with templates, the settings are very limited, and the choice of prepared arenas is limited to a dozen. But what's worse, the developers haven't implemented the simultaneous turn feature yet, so the game's multiplayer is a little bit complicated than it used to be. Despite the fact that the maps themselves are quite compact due to the constant waiting for the opponent's move, the parties will still feel dragged out, and there is not much content in a single player. Only 2 of the 4 factions have short story campaign, which can be mastered in a couple of evenings without encountering any serious resistance. Artificial intelligence does not shine with intelligence, leading its troops to slaughter in packs, and players-controlled heroes can almost always hover them up unheralded. Random progression can put serious stick in the wheels of balance. At each level increase, the player is offered to choose one passive skill from a random trio, and their usefuls can vary greatly. Some give only small buffs to certain types of troops, without which you can easily do without, but they moved from King's Bounty skill Leadership, which allow you to hire more troops, a must hit for almost any master. A similar random system of pumping in general has shown itself well in the Notorious Heroes, where you could hire a whole horde of commanders. Some of them will definitely put together a normal build, but here the maximum possible number of hire master is strictly limited by the number of cities taken, and no one will allow you to run 8 from the beginning of the game. In such situation, the local analog of logistic will give the master more movement points per turn, may well become decisive. Another possible discounting factor for a number of players could be the pixel art. Don't get it wrong, it's actually quite good here, and the animation of unit in battle have clearly been drawn with love, but readability of map clearly not priority for the artist. At the glance, it's not always easy to understand where the hero can pass, and where he will get stuck in the terrain, and some interactive object can be easily missed without nothing them against background, unless of course you don't press a key that displays hints on the screen, but we are used to do such thing in the isometric RPGs, not in strategies, where every step counts. But let's not forget that the game has just started its way in early access. The balance and other small nuances can be nailed down in the future, and content will surely be added in the time. For now, Song of Conquest look quite promising, and cozy turn-based strategy game in the spirit of the old school. Fans of the genre should definitely take it on note. Thank you.